The eternal battle, men versus women. Two completely opposite tastes in design, but today we will transform three very masculine logos into feminine ones. Or at least we will try. I really don't know if I will be able to successfully complete such a task. I mean, it's really hard to transform logos that have associated their appearance with masculinity into cute and sweet designs that a 5-year-old girl would like. Let's start with the easy ones first, and the difficulty will increase as we go along. First, we have Harley. Okay, analyzing this logo, I see that it's a design with many sharp points. And believe me, a sharp point hides a lot more than you imagine. See, people subconsciously associate such shapes with something dynamic and aggressive. This connection comes from prehistoric times, when our ancestors constantly saw such images. And as the years passed, these images became more like... This little trick is used quite often when we want to show dynamism. I think that if we eliminate all the sharp parts and find a very girly font, our job here will become very easy. So, let's start with the font. Sometimes it can take me hours to find the right font for the project I'm working on. I think this is a very good choice. It reminds me a bit of the Barbie, and that's good. I'm going to change the kerning between the letters and recreate this dash in the middle from scratch. I'm adding a small stroke and a fairly long shadow. Then I'm going to take two of the fonts that I liked for the supplementary text, and I will follow the logic of the original logo. But it doesn't seem to work properly. So delete and let's try another idea. I want to stay true to the original design, so I'm going to replace the central shield with a simple ellipse that has no corners at all. Remember? After I've gone through the whole design with a soft gradient of a pink shade, I will try a few more fonts, and during the process I decided to try another idea, which is this. Oh no, let's go with the previous version. However, I feel like the words motor and cycles should be wrapped around the logo and become more a part of the design, just like the original logo. So after several attempts, I think I'm pretty happy with the result. As a final touch, I will add some shadows inside the letters to make them more bouncy and therefore more cute. And this is the final result. What woman could resist to this baby? Let's increase the difficulty quite a bit with the next logo. Gold's Gym. Sweat, huge muscles and a lot of testosterone are hidden behind the story of this logo. This job seems impossible to me, but let's try. Okay. I think the first thing that would come to your mind is to consider what types of exercise women prefer and take inspiration from there. Yoga is the first one that came to mind, and seeing this particular pose gave me the first idea. First, I will import the image into Illustrator and create a very minimalist outline of the woman, which I will later use instead of the letter L from the word golds. What could go wrong? A good font, a gold color instead of the traditional yellow of the original design, and we will have a very beautiful logo, right? Oh my god, it looks awful. I'm feeling very frustrated right now, and honestly, after so many hours of work, I've reached a dead end. I don't think I will make it. I know that many of the graphic designers watching this video come to this position every day. You think you won't be able to complete the project exactly the way you want it, or that the result won't satisfy you enough? Well, I know guys, I'm here to listen what you have to say. Write down in the comments, and if you want, this is the right place to give me a like to boost my confidence and push me to continue. I will leave this logo for now, just to clear my brain, and go straight to the hardest level. Lamborghini. I bet all men would love to drive one of its models. But can we make it look more like this? Or like this? After a lot of research and following the right stimuli, I saw something that might could work. Look at all these cute illustrations. If we think more along these lines, we will be closer to solving today's puzzle. I took my sketchbook and drew some cute variations of a bull. A happy and a bit naive bull. Of course without its body, because that's what gives the original design all the power, you know, because of the movement, and we don't want that. I'm happy with this version. The horns have created the perfect space for the company name to go in. So, in the first phase, we will transfer it from paper to my PC, and in the second phase we will add color. I will not exclude mattes from the original, so I will keep the same palette. Maybe in some places some textures will fit. Yes, I feel great that we have something here. Then I will simply add the shield, and I don't know if you agree with me, but I prefer the previous Lamborghini font, and I will follow the same logic here. Yeah, that's a big win right there. I think we absolutely nailed it. Another vehicle in our garage. I think now that we have a high psychology, it is time to face off with a gold logo. This time I will approach it with a tried and tested strategy. We will use Illustrator here too. So I grab my pencil, go into Photoshop and start. The main theme of the original design is a male figure doing gymnastics. So I thought, why not draw a cute unicorn that builds its muscles, or at least tries very hard. I like the idea, so I converted very quickly to vector and then built the rest of the logo around it based on the logic of the original, which is the circular shape and the text on the top and bottom. Of course with a font that will match and with some interventions to make it more three-dimensional. As a final touch, I will add a light texture to the unicorn because let's not forget that he has suffered a lot to build his body and we need to capture this in our design. I don't know if we succeeded 100%, but I'm very satisfied with the results from all the three of them. It was a very enjoyable process and I had a lot of fun. Stay tuned for more content. Thank you.